Welcome back everyone to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is our paint through for prepping for the monsters in Sin City for Cthulhu Death May Die. It's a Season 2, Episode 5, and we're going to be painting up these Hound of Tindalos. You can see from the reference card there are lots of blacks and some pinkish and grays. We also have already actually painted the Yug. I had a painting, my friend was over and we painted some minis before, and my friend had painted this Yug. So we've already got the Yug painted, and it's looking pretty cool. But we still have our investigators to paint, and so we will be painting machinist mate Tony Boyle and Adila Vidal from Haiti. So first of all, you've got machinist's mate Tony from New York City. North is to your right, your other right, and he's got a machinist, he's got a sailor suit on, he's got a long dagger, and then Adila Vidal, a gifted voodoo priestess. Magic and religion are the same. You cannot do one without the other. So we're going to get those painted up, use the cards as the reference, keep those on the table. We're going to start out with just some colors, so we're going to use just this black and a brown. Ultimaya paints here, X4 blue. I'm going to use a flat white for the bones and sailor suit, a flesh tone for Tony, and let's get started. So I started out just getting a Tony shirt done in white, and then I'll also hit up his jeans. I've also painting Adila with that earth brown for her skin. And then for Tony's sailor pants in blue, and also the sailor tassel, get those done in the blue. These are all the base coats, so I can see here that I've hit her skirt with the blue as well, and then I'm going to highlight it with some bone and some red and some other colors to make it pop. Also get that orange sash in the front, and then maybe some bone color for the bones on the top of her headdress. She's the voodoo, and here's Tony with his straight dagger, getting his base coat down too. So you got the blue jeans and the white top. Yeah, so just getting that first coat down. I put it on relatively thick. As you guys know, I usually clear coat these guys with a glossy clear coat. I'll also hit the knives and the spearhead with some titanium silver. Get those on the models. And then here I'm just getting a little dab of this orange to paint some contrast to her sash on top of that blue skirt. So she'll have that sash painted. Looks like I'm just a little off camera here. I'm using those headpiece, so you'll see. I'll give you guys a pan over. There you go. You can see the bit of the sash right there in the corner. And I'll let these dry. I'm actually pulling out a hair dryer today. I see a lot of mini painters using hair dryers to sort of quick dry some of the coats, but I think this base coat I'll let it sit for a bit. I'm also going to grab, like I mentioned, the dagger and the spearhead and some silver. Get those painted up. And again, with the paints, usually I do 2 parts paint, 1 part water, but in the case of the metallics, I usually do a little bit less, so maybe more like 3 parts paint, 1 part water, or I'll just put some paint down in the sort of on the palette, and I'll just touch the brush lightly to the water, just to get it to flow a bit. With the shiny metallics, sometimes they can get gloppy if they're too thick, but then the silver can run, and then the metallics don't cover evenly. So I think you have to get the right perfect coat for those for the first base coat. It's just my experience. Do the same thing here with the dagger, and you notice how I'm not priming these, but I'll have to probably hit the dagger a couple of times to get that metallic coverage here. Guys, while I'm painting through this, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, can go down and check out our bookstore. That link to the bookstore below. We've got lots of Cthulhu books, sci-fi, horror books. Go check out Pontus Fathom Press. Helps to support the channel. If books aren't your thing, we've got a Patreon down below, and if you like what you're doing, really appreciate you guys joining up our Patreon. And as usual, likes, subscribes, your comments. I read all your comments and comment back. Looking to grow the channel, build community here. So if you guys ring the bell, you can get notified when we play other Cthulhu Death May Die games, and also paint throughs for other sets. I'm getting into the past few months Joan of Arc, and you might have seen A Song of Ice and Fire. I just did a massive paint through there, so you can go check those out. And some tabletop gameplay with both those games coming every month. So I probably will paint these and then get them right on the board. And I'm also going to do Joan of Arc Reliquary box, get Dracula painted and some of the giant monsters from that one. So finishing off part 2 of Reliquary box. So yeah, so if you guys ring the bell, you can get notified. So I've hit up these Hounds of Tindalos with some purplish pink that I custom mixed it, and then a kind of gray for the sort of some kind of olfactory organ on the top of its head. Now I'm going through and just touching up some armbands, some other components on Adela Vidal. Some of her Voudon dress is quite ornate. And I'm going to hit the bases here with just iron black. Yeah, it feels like we haven't played Cthulhu Death May Die in a while, so this is actually the last pair of investigators, and after this I'll have all the miniatures painted except for the villain of the last set, whose name escapes me. So like there's basically one more mini to paint after this, and then the sort of the Cthulhu Death May Die journey is complete. So here's our base coats done. Obviously Yug's already painted through, but I've got a good base coat. And next I will hit these with a wash to sort of get some of those recesses. So I'm just going to use Reichsland Flesh Shade and generously hit the minis. This orange paint kind of runs a little. It wasn't dry enough, and it's kind of not very good quality. So I ended up having to repaint the blue here. Be careful with your paints that are matte finish. Sometimes with the washes, they can soak up the liquid and then start to spread in your paint. So that's what happened to me here. So I'm going to repaint the skirt blue once it dries. I'm also going to hit Tony's face and hands with the wash, and maybe just a little bit on the shirt. I know it's a white shirt and it'll kind of dirty it up, but it also will give it the shadow. So I kind of am going to go with it. I like it. I will touch up the white again and maybe the flesh again after I let this wash dry, just to kind of clean it up a bit. So yeah, so there's a reference cards getting close, and here's what our washed minis look like. First round washing, looking pretty good. They're looking tabletop ready to me, and I'm going to hit these up with a clear coat. I will use the glossy clear coat this time. I find that's the easiest one to use for the minis. I like to have the glossy clear coat only because it's I feel it makes these look more like board game pieces. I don't know. There's something about Cthulhu Death May Die that I always gloss clear coat the minis. I just think it makes them durable for sure, but it also catches the light kind of like a board game piece. I kind of see Cthulhu Death May Die as a fun one like that. We've got these clear coated. We'll let these dry. I'm going to hit them with the dryer, like I said, just to kind of give them a quick hit here. I just did it with a low heat just to kind of get them tacky. And that's about going to do it for this video. I'll dry these off. I'll get them off the cardstock, and we'll do some hero shots. So, guys, thanks for watching. And we'll do a fly through over these once we get them off the boards, and kind of show you what's getting ready. Thanks for watching, and stay on the lookout. Get that bell rung, and we can let you be notified when next season of Cthulhu Death May Die comes out, and we'll play these minis. So let's do some hero shots of it, and I will take you out on that. Yeah, I've got to say I'm pretty happy with these minis, how they came out. The clear coat looks great. The washes look great. We've got our Voudon, we've got our Sailor, we've got our Yug. And we've got our Hounds of Tindalos. So yeah, that's going to do it for this paint through. We'll see you when we get these on the board. Thanks for watching. And as usual, like and subscribe and check out our links below. Take care. Bye-bye.